Welcome to Architecting for AWS. This course will give you a detailed understanding of the best practices to follow when architecting and securing your applications for running on AWS
by Pact Publishing.
And hopefully with some hints and tips around common problem areas you may encounter along the way. Amazon provides a large range of tools for analyzing the cost impact and security footprint of cloud applications, all of which we will explore in this video tutorial. By the end of this course, you will have gained a detailed understanding of how to architect and build fault-tolerant, cost-optimized applications for the connected web. Perhaps one of the biggest advantages of architecting for the AWS cloud is that you can now optimize both performance and cost at the same time. This course will be a great overview for a wide range of IT professionals, including application developers and architects who just want to get a better understanding of AWS best practices, as well as system administrators who are interested in understanding AWS architecture and security tips and best practices. So my name is James Cross. I work as a consultant for Calibri Limited. I'm a certified AWS solutions architect, and I've got more than 4 years of experience of architecting and implementing solutions on AWS. In terms of my personal interest and personal speciality, the area I like to work in most is with serverless web applications. So I do a lot of work with technologies like API Gateway, Lambda, and DynamoDB, as well as big data analytic type applications running on EMR and Redshift. So in this course, it's broken down into 4 sections. To begin with, we're going to take a look at the general architecture principles of cloud computing and what the fundamental differences are between cloud computing and on-prem computing. And this is an area that has a lot of misconceptions, and hopefully we're going to blow those out of the water from the very beginning. Next, we're going to look at how we can design our application for security. With cloud computing, you are running on public shared infrastructure, and it's very important that you think of your application security design from the very beginning. Next, we're going to look at how we can build an application that's both reliable and performant, before finalizing overview with cost optimization. In terms of a target audience, there are really 3 groups I think that will benefit most from this course. Firstly, application developers and architects who just want to understand the best practices of the AWS cloud. Next, system administrators who are interested in understanding AWS architecture and security best practices. And finally, any other IT professional with a general interest in cloud computing and the differences you have when designing an application for the cloud compared to a traditional on-prem solution. In terms of prerequisites, they're fairly light for this course. Basic knowledge of AWS and cloud computing is obviously a bonus. Having access to an AWS free tier account will allow you to go in and start playing around and experimenting with some of the principles you're going to learn in this course. And of course, prior understanding of any kind of distributed system will also be helpful. In terms of the goals, hopefully we'll come out of this course with a good understanding of why cloud computing is a true paradigm shift and why it requires us to think quite differently about the problems we're trying to solve. I want us to learn how to consider the practicalities of migrating an app to the cloud, and when it may or may not be practical to actually migrate all of that application in order to get the best out of the cloud. We want to learn how to protect our application when it's running in the cloud. And finally, we want to learn how to optimize for both cost and performance at the same time. And lastly, of course, I hope we have fun in doing so. So please feel free to jump right into the course.